Go ahead, Ari. What do you think of the City Brighton game? 2-1 to Brighton.
Listen, we had opportunities. We really did. Holland had headers that flew over. There was one specific opportunity that I'm like, this, we wouldn't have won it, but we could at least have tied it. Where I can't remember if it's Marmouche. Someone crossed it over and Bob was there and he like barely gets a touch and the goalie was like sliding over to kind of where he was. All he had to do was like hit it hard or like go to the left. He like slides. I don't know exactly what happened. Barely gets a touch. And I'm like, thinking back, I'm like, all he had to do. But Bob's still a good player. We had Rodri back. I mean, helped, but also
He played well.
I know, but like we still we still lost.
Yeah, he said I'm not Messi. I can't help the team. The whole team has to help.
Well, he's not Messi.
Game. Well, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't play like him at all. But in general, it's just again, Brighton's one of those teams like Tottenham, Brighton, 50-50 with United. Those are like the three teams that like they have our number. No matter what, I don't know if we get in our heads, but we're also having not a horrible season, but we're struggling right now. And a lot of that has to do with our defense. Pep is trying to play a high line, but he's also wanting our attack to possess the ball. It's very hard to do both. And it's also very hard to do a high line when you have, we have younger players playing back there. And I do think we need to change up some of, like, we need better defenders.
You guys brought in Kusanov to play back.
I don't like him. City fan, but I don't like him as a player at all. I never have. And,
Why not? Why didn't you like him?
He just looks scared all the time.
Yeah, he does have that look.
And he does have that look. He makes too many mistakes. Agreed. You can make mistakes. Like the first game he ever played for us, I think he caused like 1 or 2 goals. Okay, that happens. You're nervous, whatever. But constantly, every time he comes in, he's making mistakes. You can't do that as a center back. You cannot. As center backs, you have to lead the team. Yeah, they're not captains all the time, but it's very important. If you watch some of the best teams, they have some of the best center backs. They lead back there, right? So along with, you need at least one mid, and then your striker obviously has to be able to finish.
At one point, Manchester City was like the defense to try to beat.
They were, and that's what
and
we
the
need.
2 center backs were the like, wow, you can't get through them.
It
was like, it was like the Arsenal defense now, like with Saliba and Gabriel kind of thing.
They were locking it down back there.
Yeah. So, I always had like a Manchester City defender because I knew that chances of them getting a clean sheet was very high. So this time around, it really isn't it. And to your point, the pressing high and playing against teams like Brighton, Tottenham, they're quick counter.
Especially when we don't have runners back there. The people we have in the defense are not fast. Maybe they're a little bigger. I mean, I guess you have Lewis, but he's not fast. I mean, he's tinier, but he's not fast. Nori is kind of fast, but in general, yes, you can have all the physicality you want, but if you can't catch up to these people that are counter-pressing your high line, then it won't matter.
Yeah. I think, too, Pep is switching up his back line like every game, it seems like. He's not happy. But I know he's always switched it up, but it's not like there's a consistent figure back there. Like even Diaz last game, I thought Diaz would be your main guy and maybe you'd switch out, the right back or the other center back. But Diaz is on the bench again this game. It's just I just think they're still trying to figure out their best back line. And then Rodri still coming back into fitness, which again, he looked fine, but I think you just need a core.
He can only do so much.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is
he can't cover for 4 defenders.
Correct. And you just don't really have a core at the moment. And it's very important to have the same like 6 or 7 players, and then the other guys kind of swap out. The City, I just think Pep's trying to throw too much at the wall right now, and it's just not working out for you guys.
Yeah. And it's not injuries the problem.
Yeah.
Before it was injuries. You had injuries, and Anuri's back. So the offensive side of Manchester City, I don't understand why they're not starting Savinho. I know Savinho wants to leave, and there's talks about him leaving. Pep doesn't want him to go. I think they could start using Savinho more. I mean, Doku, everybody know his move. So they kind of caught on to Doku's move. He's quick, smart player, but Marbush had a hell of a game. He did create a lot of opportunities.
He
Haaland
just cannot finish with us, though. Well, how do you come from doing amazing to not being able to finish with us? I know Prem is a lot harder. Don't get me wrong, but you can't do that. You cannot do that with a top level team, and you can't do that. Unfortunately, it's like Jackson. You have to be able to finish.
It seems like right now the only goal threat for City is Haaland. The only consistent goal threat is Haaland. He's carrying us
right now.
Like none of your other attackers are banging. They're just.
Reinders actually I give him credit, he's helping.
Right, yeah. They may be good on the eye, like they can beat their man, Bob can beat his man, Doku, of course, we know can beat his man, but that
doesn't mean anything.
That end product, it's not really there. And I will say also, going back to your back line, you guys signed Donnarumma today. It's just like, it doesn't seem like they're happy with the goalkeeper, and now they're going to swap out the goalkeeper, and now you have to get used to the back line again. So I just don't see it getting better for City in the short term. I think in the long term, y'all will usually be okay. But I mean, I think there needs to be they need to figure out who's going to be starter, who's going to be playing where.
Right. And we loaned out Akanji. So, and granted, I know like right now he hasn't been doing amazing. But when he first came to us, him and Ake were doing really well. Yeah. And it's just one of those things where I'm like, I get it. But at the same time, like maybe now is not the time considering how bad our defense is. I'll take anything I can get. So
hey, you never know. You might sign another center back since he's loaned out.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's the plan to bring someone in that it could be a last minute.
I would need a miracle to happen.
But it's still 3 games within the season. A lot can happen. But right now Manchester City got the work cut out for them. Except for the winners here. Chelsea and Liverpool.
Yeah. There's nothing I can say at this point.
She'll just have to look up.
Shit talking, and I just have to deal with it.
Hey, first, second.
She'll just have to look up in the table.
Yeah. Just keep. We'll wave. Hey.
We're not going to be that far. Come on now. We're not that terrible.
All right.
So, on to the surprise of the week.
Yeah.
Non-Forest versus West Ham. Wow, was I wrong? I think we all were wrong, right?
So mad. We captain Wood. There was only 3 of us that captain Wood in our league, our main league. And man, he doesn't do anything. I told Mario, I was watching, he literally looked scared. They sent balls. There's times where he was like this, hiding. There were times where the ball went over. He like barely went for it. He was like scared. And then he would pass it off. The very few times he got it, and the pass would like go backwards to no one. Not good. Wood was sleeping. I actually think they should have taken him out sooner. I was disappointed, highly disappointed with the whole team as a whole.
Like, I just think this, again, goes to show that when Forest are not the underdogs, they're expected to win. They're expected to create something because this is second game in a row where they are at home and they're the favorites. They do not know how to create opportunities. They don't. 1 or 2 are going to fall your way every game, of course. That's going to happen. But besides that, it's like they just pass back. It's so predictable. The fullback goes to the winger. Winger will drop it to the midfielder. Recycle possession. Same thing. And then they look for the cross. Now, the team knows that. If you know how to shut down Wood, if they're playing counterattacking football like West Ham were trying to do, they're gonna lose. They're not gonna win because they can't create that many opportunities. And they're trying to go in the transfer market and signing all these players like McAtee and Hutchinson, but my opinion, it's not enough to what they're trying. They want to finish in the Champions League is what their goal is, right? But they don't have, in my opinion, their squad right now, the way they're playing, isn't ready. It's not ready. And Wood, as good as he is, as good a finisher he is, he's so one-dimensional, right? So
the whole team is.
Yeah, really, the whole team is. So they need to figure out, how they're going to break down these low blocks because they're wanting to be a big team. With being a big team, it comes with these really defensive games. You're not on the counterattack anymore and looking all pretty like you were.
Yeah, I mean they lost Langa.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of speed there on top last season. But non-Forest, same old from last season. They struggled to create plays. West Ham changed their formation. They played them defensive. They changed it to a 4-2-3-1, which now with 2 holding men, that means they're gonna clog the middle where there's no opportunity for them to be fed through the middle. Again, to your point, you guys' point, is non-force doesn't have the creativity. It cannot play through the middle at all. It's just you typical, like you say, go to the wing, cross it, we'll try to tap it in or head it in somehow off a bounce somewhere. That's like 80% of their attacking. But wow, good for West Ham. Wow, there was
much needed.
Yeah. After the 2 losses, there was one play where Bowen went through like 4 players. Okay, I was like, no, did he not just go through 4 non-forest defensive players? There's center backs too. He literally dribbled through. He could have finished. I wish he would have finished because good for him. Non-forest defender was like, okay, yeah, let me pave the way for you to go through. The keeper saved him. When he was going in, it was like they were gonna ask for Bones' autograph. Seemed like.
Sells is such a good keeper, man. I give him credit. He is so consistent. You know what you're gonna get from him every game. But I told you guys too, like alongside West Ham changing their formation, Forest, they don't change their formation. If you pay attention, all Nuno does is he just changes the players out, but keeps the same formation. You can't do that. Like maybe he's changed it a handful of times. I'm not too sure, but majority of the time it's the same thing. Big teams change their formation. They risk it. They have to try something new. That's how you learn. And that's how you get the best out of some of your players because then you can see other qualities they might be good at. I think that's the biggest thing for Forest is it's too one-dimensional. Maybe try something different and that might have a better outcome. But West Ham, they changed it up and look what happened. Maybe he's going to start going with this lineup going forward.
Hey, Bowen came in through for you guys. We mentioned in the past last season towards the end.
Yeah, but I don't have him this season.
So
maybe down the road.
Yeah, I had Watkins. And I had enough for Watkins because they didn't do anything. And obviously they didn't do anything this week. So I'm glad I dropped him, but they ended up picking up Wood. I'm like, yeah, Wood's going to have a hell of a game. But then I thought about it. I'm like, should I captain him? Because I know you guys did. And I'm like, should I captain him? Should I not? I don't know. Something tells me to captain either Pedro or Haaland. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go with Haaland because they play in Brighton. And Brighton may be the semi-inconsistent team. But luckily, Haaland ended up scoring, even though it was an okay goal. It was like a lot of bouncing and stuff. But a goal is a goal and got the points. But yeah, it was wow, what a shocking result.
Yeah, never expected that to happen, obviously. The next game we have was the game of the week, or supposed to be. It was actually boring as heck. Liverpool versus Arsenal.
Yeah. Oh, please. May I? Can
I mean, we're looking at you. You're over here, move like dancing. So I mean, there's no.
It was that obvious. My excitement. Yes, I do know it's just 3 games into the season, but goddamn, seeing how we came with a win. Yes, we did have more possession than Arsenal. Arsenal have the one style of play. They're not the quick counter, which is what Liverpool's kryptonite is. That's what Bournemouth did. And a lot of the other teams that we kind of struggle through is their quick counter. That's not Arsenal. Arsenal, even if they have the opportunity to quick counter, they're still going to bring the ball back and try to move it around and maintain possession, which not a problem. We don't have a problem with that. We're fine with that. That's why Konate had a hell of a day and I benched him.
But he gave you hell last time.
I know. Last first 2 games, I had him. He didn't do crap. He got ended up with 0 points. Yeah. And this time around, in a tough game, I benched him because I'm like, it's going to be goals. It's probably going to be a tie. My hope was for a win. I mean, it looked like it was going to end up with a tie. If it wasn't for Szoboszlai's free kick, what a beauty. What a beauty.
Yeah, that was very nice.
What a beauty. That curve that he did, what a beautiful shot. And we end up winning with the 3 points. What a great performance from Burtz. He's not hurt. He's just cramping all over the place. Welcome to the Premier League. But I thought Salah, oh my God, Burtz fed him a couple beautiful balls to Salah, but his touch was a little bit off. I know he tried to do that usual touch to top of the 18 to the other side and then kind of curve it in. But they had his number.
Yeah, it was too predictable for sure.
Yeah, so they were anticipating his next move every single time.
They need to switch it up to the other side.
And that's the thing now with Isak. Welcome to Liverpool. You're never alone anymore, my brother. Yes, now we're gonna get him. Gahey's next. That's gonna help us center back line having a backup. So yeah, I'm excited. Again, he's still 3 games in, but
Man.
9 points.
Liverpool with
Numero uno.
okay.
Everyone.
Let other people talk, please. Liverpool with Isak. I think it's safe to say we're all kind of screwed.
I think they need more players. Actually, I think they need to sign more players.
Oh, they need to pull Chelsea.
They need to sign a few midfielders.
You're so used to Chelsea doing it. You think
they don't have enough numbers, right? They got to sign more like the best players in the Premier League just to make sure they win it.
Hey, listen, just let us borrow your bus, and we'll go ahead and try to fit and make us.
We got it.
So you have them signing just random players left and right, like okay, and then you have them signing
the best players.
Yeah, the best players, stealing all the team's best players, and then there's just us. We're just dealing with what we got. So who's really doing it right here?
Right. Hey, we'll say we're the 3 of the richest clubs in the Prem, and we're over here crying.
Yeah, so we need to shut up.
Yeah.
I know you guys hate us.
Yeah. All right,
you guys lower level teams.
So let's go back to the game. It's the Liverpool game. Listen, that game was boring as hell. I
literally fell asleep.
I think this goes to show that, in my opinion, Arsenal. I'm going to talk some shit about Arsenal. They come to these big games. Sometimes they turn up, right? So they went to City and they thrashed them last season, but they haven't beat Liverpool at Anfield in a long time. I want to say since like 2013 or something, right? If they want to win the Prem, if they want to, take that next step, they need to go out and want to win. It's almost like their game plan. They set up with 3 holding midfielders, basically, right?
Yeah.
And they wanted to play slow possession. They wanted to draw. They wanted Liverpool to drop points. That was their game plan. The only player that was really attacking and going into the space was Madueke against Kirkes, right? And they were trying to get him, if there were space behind, they were trying to put him through because they knew he was faster than Kirkes. Which, to be fair to him, although he got beat, Kirkes was getting back and blocking Madueke. But, I don't know if it's because Saka was hurt or Eze wasn't fully fit. I just wanted Arsenal to come through and actually want to win that game. It just seeing them go forward and then recycle possession back every time was what the why? If I was an Arsenal fan watching that would disappoint me so much. You need to, even if they lost that game, what they did, you want to see your team go for it and want to win, because say they won that game, that's already 2 points on Liverpool, top of the league, that Liverpool can't make up. So really disappointing on Arsenal. I thought they would, come through. Saliba getting hurt is a big blow for them. Granted, they have 3 players in every position, so it doesn't matter too much. But
Arsenal is trying to do what City did, and we're still doing it, but I can tell we're not doing it as well. But when we were in our prime with that possession, we were possessing and we were able to attack. We knew when to attack, and we were able to finish that. That's why we won the league. But Arteta's trying to bring that to Arsenal, and they're not realizing they haven't perfected that yet. Going forward, to your point, okay, you can recycle all day, you can go to the side all day, but that doesn't mean anything if you're not going forward and scoring. So it's funny because I do think he brought that from City, from Pep, that possession type of play, but yeah, you have to move forward. You have to drive at him, and that's kind of what I liked about Madueke going at Kirkes. And Kirkes got lucky, to be honest. He got a toe on it a couple of times because he had to slide. But yeah, I just think they need more of that, more driving in, and that would have helped. But
yeah, Kirkes, I was afraid on the matchup because I know Kirkes having had the first 2 games wasn't as good. Against Newcastle, that I mentioned, where he got up, on top of Kirkes. Kirkes get up, use my back as a way to get the header in. But no, Kirkes actually did well this game. He stopped, even if it was sliding or whatever it took. He put everything he had on the line to stop Madueke, and I think that really helped him. Saka would have been there. I think it would have been a different story, because Madueke is more I'm gonna send the ball and I'm gonna run. I'm gonna outrun you. Right, kind of Madueke. That's kind of seems like his style is.
Correct.
Saka is a different play. He's more technical. He's gonna beat you on a technical play or on a cut or on a move, which then the defender kind of gotta get back. And in that situation, Kirkes would have probably struggled a lot more. Yeah. But good for Kirkes. Yes, Kirkes. Yes, you stopped them.
Oh my God.
Yes. And then talking about Szoboszlai, let's talk about him playing right back.
Yeah, that freaking.
That playing as a defender, right back, and then trying to helping on the attack. Man, what a workhorse. I mean, he's such a hardworking player.
He's so athletic too. And I tell them this, like, to me, that's a proven player. Like, the fact that you can play various positions. I think that, I think most players, and this is maybe a wild take, but I think not all, but a majority of players should be able to play a majority of positions. Not, obviously, I wouldn't expect a defender to play striker, but like a defender should be able to play holding mid if they need to. They should be able to play, if it's a center back, right back, or left back if they need to. But not all players can do that, and not all coaches are willing to do that. But I do like the fact Arne Slot took a leap of faith, put him back there, and he's doing well. You don't know until you try it. That's another thing.
Yeah, he brought structure to the defensive line. Now all four are on the same communication line. And not only do we have Shelslide doing it, we also have Endo. Endo also a utility player, kind of what I call him, a player that you can use him in different positions, and he's willing to do it. He's wanting to do it. He just want to help the team. So
he just wants playing time.
Well, that too. But hey, again, to your point,
I agree.
I'm getting paid millions, and if
I want to play,
put me wherever you need me, coach.
Agreed.
I'm here.
Agreed.
And I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm just a center. No. Put me wherever you need me. I want playing time and get you paid. It's good for them. And those are the kind of players that coach dreams of. You
need those. If you want to win the title, you need players that are willing to do anything for the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's surprising to me they didn't start Eze. They put him in, apparently. I fell asleep, so I didn't catch it. But I would have I would have just thrown him in. I know he hasn't really played with the team, but Eze's one of those players we're gonna get. And look at what Madueke did. Like I didn't see how Eze played, but maybe if he needed more time in the game, he could have made something happen.
Now, here's my question to both of you. Do you think Eze will be the kind of player that he was before coming to Arsenal?
No.
Do you think he'll be able to do what? Because when he was at Crystal Palace, he was just, doing whatever he wanted. So he was kind of a free player, and his creativity was able to. But I think on the Arteta, it's going to be a little bit different.
No, because he has a team now that he has to play with. And he was very much an individual player for Crystal Palace.
But let's look at Grealish, for instance. Let's use Grealish as an example. Grealish did not fit the Pep format. He had a team, and he was bench. At the beginning, when he first came over, he was playing everything. Now he's bench. Now he goes to Everton. He's shining.
Yeah, but that also goes again. Like with City, you have to pass the ball more. And he was trying to go through people. Yes, he would lose it. But I think some players are players that need freedom. Some players, and I know you have to fit a formation of a coach, whatever, but some coaches aren't as stringent as like Pep or Arteta, where they're like...
And that's what I'm saying. Will Eze be able to still be the Eze that he was under Arteta? Yeah. I hope for their own sake. I hope. It's just,
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I think with Arsenal, seems like he got subbed on for Martinelli. So he's going to play off the left, which, I mean, he played in the space for Palace, but he wasn't really like a Martinelli type winger, right? He was more of an inside forward, and the fullback, Mitchell, would overlap. So I don't know. I think we have to wait and see. Right. I'd like to say I like the way Eze plays.
You have to make a decision.
He's very talented.
If we're waiting and seeing, then we know the answer.
I mean, do I think? I think he'll be better. I think he's more versatile. I think with Grealish, Grealish is very one-footed. He's very right-footed, right? He always wants to cut in. He's very good at what he does, but he's very, you have to let him play his game. Eze, I think, is a bit more talented and technical.
No, do you think he'll be better with Arsenal than he was at Palace?
Yeah, I think he'll.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out.
Oh, well, okay. Like you said, we're going to see. I just hope that's the case because Eze is such a great player.
Yeah,
I agree.
He's such a great player, and hopefully he's able to play the way he's comfortable playing. And where you see him shine the most.
Right. Yeah.
And if he's able to play that way with Arsenal and having, like you guys said, that support, the big support from all the extra good players, like the 40 good players that they have, then he's going to be a greater player.
Agreed.
Absolutely. So, hey, first place. Yeah, I know. 3 games in, but still.
All right. So our last game of the week was not so great. You're a Villa fan. 3-0 Crystal Palace to Villa. So another week, another Villa I don't know. I can't call that performance. That was just embarrassing. They were at home losing to Crystal Palace. Was no fault in their own. Palace, I think I saw, was undefeated in the last 12 games. They haven't lost, and they've played some big teams in those games. But I mean, Villa, where did we start? We talked about it last week. I feel like we're talking about the same thing.
Well, I mean, I think we knew they were going to lose this.
Yeah.
But today's deadline day, and look at the signings they made.
Yeah, they're bringing in multiple players.
Yeah, I actually think Elliot Harvey is, I didn't see that coming, but I think he's their best signing, in my opinion.
He's a very good player, and I think
he's very good.
He's been like Salah's substitute a lot of times.
Yes,
and
he comes in and he helps Liverpool.
Yeah, he plays well for the U21s.
He can easily be a starter for Villa and help them. I truly think he's going to help Villa. So I'm happy at least Villa made some signings to help him out. But also I'm happy Palace came out with a win for this because they deserve it and they work hard and I feel like they're gaining confidence. They lost some good players, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of losing players, Wharton went down injured, right?
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Wharton's injured. Mark Gahey is probably going to Liverpool.
The lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Obviously, they lost Eze already. I mean, they're a great team, but I feel I know they signed one guy from Villarreal.
They don't make signings.
They don't make signings to make up for those, the injuries. They could struggle, which sucks because, like I said, they've been doing past year, 2025. They've been on fire, and I just want them to be backed a little bit in the market.
Yeah, I mean, another good win for Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I mean, they're attacking, the quickness, the quick counter. Aston Villa, like I said, I dropped Watkins for that reason. It's just I didn't see the Aston Villa that they were last season. They're struggling on attacking, creativity, and everything else. But Crystal Palace, good for them. I mean, even without Eze, Mateta got on the scoring board. Mateta. It could be another good pick, but we don't know what's gonna happen after today. Players leaving, players maybe coming, and after the break, we'll see what kind of teams come back. With these new players that they have picked up, with the star, what kind of a difference they're gonna make. So, I mean. This season has been exciting because it's unpredictable. Even with the new teams that just got newly promoted, and I know it's just 3 weeks in, and they're only playing one game a week for now. Well, there's some other they're playing 2 games a week, but when the Champions League start and everything else, that's gonna be extra weight. So that's where the big teams, having depth really matter. So, but hey, Crystal Palace got another win. Wow. We kind of predicted it because of the way Aston Villa, but hey, a win is a win for them. So, but this week has been very interesting for me. What do you guys think? This week was exciting?
Yeah, no, I think every week in the Prem, just, there's surprises. We try to do predictions, and I'd say it's 50-50. Sometimes we get lucky. Sometimes it's like stuff happens that we just never would have thought.
Yeah, this past week was bad. Our predictions.
Well, yeah, we're just fans. We love the sport, and we see what everybody else sees, what you guys see at home. So we just, we're the ones that are voicing it, and we just think what we know and how we play. But teams are unpredictable. They're all human, like everything else, and they're gonna come out there and do the guess. And it's who wants it more, that will get the 3 points or the tie at home. But hey. We, another week down, and we have 27 weeks or something to go. So, it's great being out here and talking about game week 3. Have a nice break since, we are on the international break. We're going to look at some of those games and how they do during the international break. Yep. So, like always, please don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and hit the notification button. And we'll see you guys next video.
Bye,
everyone.